Hey guys, Jimmy McKinney with Serviceside. I recently did a review on the Nomad 3D ghillie suit, and a guy named Spencer with a company called North Mountain Gear saw my review, shot an email over and said, hey, can you do a review on my ghillie suit? So about a day later, I got this box in the mail, and he actually sent me a couple pieces. So I'm gonna do a nice unboxing here shortly to show you. But one of the things I wanted to bring up, and I mentioned this, and this is where I got a lot of questions in the video about the Nomad, is just I always kind of felt that this was a little on the heavy side. So I want to show you the weight of this jacket compared to the North Mountain jacket before we get out into a natural environment to show the differences in the actual quality and how it looks in the woods. So I got this tared here, and so this is the Nomad jacket. So if you want to come in here, and we're at 1 pound, about 1 pound 6 ounces. Okay, so and that is for the Nomad. Here is the North Mountain Gear ghillie suit. It comes in a bag like this. This is a medium large on the pants. Let's see. He threw in a hat. I think that's a face mask. All right, so here's the jacket, and I can tell you right now, it feels lighter. So this is a size XL, double X. So I haven't even looked at this thing yet. All right, let's see the weight on that. So that's still tared there. And we're sitting at just about 1 pound. So it's a little bit lighter. So I can tell you immediately, just looking at it, this has some see-through mesh, whereas the Nomad that we're dealing with here, it has the performance moisture wicking. So one, you can see my hand here, the other one you can't see through. So there's a little bit of a breeze right now, and I can feel that breeze hitting my hand. Okay. The other thing that I can notice right away here is the pattern. This is something I noticed on the Nomad. So we have a print. This is the North Mountain here. We have a print on both sides of the fabric. On the Nomad, it just bleeds through, so it's pretty gray. You can see a little bit of the camo, but it's just bleeding through the pattern. So there it says mossy oak, and you can see it's inverted there. So there's not actual print on the other side. So without further ado, we are gonna get out of the urban environment here and get out into the woods and show the difference, how these two blend. All right, guys, we got ourselves out of the city here. So in my right hand here, here's the Nomad. In the left, we have the North Mountain Gear. So again, this one's a little bit lighter. I wanted to just get this in the sunlight so you can see, because this looks brighter to me. I don't know how it looks on the video, but we're gonna get in some cover and see how this looks for the shine, the sheen to it. Okay, so if you listen, if this camera can pick it up, this one's a little bit noisier. It might be just because there's a lot more leaves. So I'll see how it is once I put it on. And so I'm gonna start with the Nomad. We already did a review with this, but I'm gonna put the Nomad on, and then I'm gonna put the North Mountain Gear on. We'll get into some cover, and then we'll show the difference between the two. So come on over. Now, of course, Nomad doesn't have a pair of pants yet, so I just got my tan pants on. So here we are in the sun, and let's just go across this food plot into the shade and see what this one looks like. Let's dip down in the cover here. So in the shade, just from my perspective, this looks like it's a little bit more muted, a little more natural. I am a little concerned in the sun. Okay, we're gonna swap this out. Like I said earlier, this is several ounces lighter. This mesh is breathable, so we'll dip down over here again. And then we'll come over to the shade. It's only 100. That's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the rest of the suit on here. You finish it. Last up? Yeah, we're just... So right now I'm wearing a large XL top, medium large pant. Again, the North Mountain gear. I'm about 6'1", 6'2", a little over 200 pounds, and the medium large, I feel like a pretty good fit. So let's see how this does. What we got here? Okay, we got a face mask here, so that's pretty cool. And he actually even threw in a hat, so you don't want to wear the hood. Oh, check this out. This is perfect for turkey hunting. All right, so we actually have a full-on face mask with a little Velcro in the back. That's a little bit on the snug side there. So, okay. I'm gonna ditch the hat for now. That's a little snug in the back. Okay, we'll have to check that out then. All right, so we're gonna go out just into the more open woods here and see how this blends in. You know, the main idea with the ghillie suit is to break up your outline, to break up the appearance of being a human. That's what scares animals. So that's the idea of having the 3D leaf effect. So for you archer hunters, this is another important thing to take into consideration. The Nomad jacket, we were drawing back, and of course I don't have my bow with me, but we got a lot of stuff right here, and that's gonna likely catch your string. It's gonna make some ugly noises, and it may affect your shot, okay? So I have the North Mountain gear underneath here, and one thing I noticed is we have all this mesh right here, but on the inside of the shooter sleeve, we have a solid panel of the mossy oak pattern. And that is a huge difference as far as shooting. You don't have anything in the way there. And that's gonna make a big difference, in my opinion. So if you're an archer, this is really important to consider. Or if you're gonna go with the Nomad, you might wanna trim that down, because you don't want to let that affect your shot. So in any situation, I would recommend, practice with your gear. Everybody likes to practice before the season, but make sure you're practicing from an elevated position with your tree stand and getting used to having your harness on, so that doesn't restrict pulling back your bow, and practice the way that you play. Put on the gear. So that's an important thing to consider, and it's ambidextrous. I mean, both the left and right hand, and but that's a really important thing to me as an archer. Okay, so just a couple constructive pieces of criticism that I have right now. In the bright green that we started out with, I do think that the Nomad with all this green looks a little bit better. This is a lot of brown. So this is gonna be effective early turkey season, before things green up, and as fall approaches, it's gonna be really great. So for hunters, I mean, this is effective in a tree stand, but it's the most effective for ground hunting where you wanna break up your silhouette. And I wanted to comment on the breathability is much better than the Nomad with this the mesh that we have here. It's really good. The dexterity in this jacket is excellent. Now, I have the medium large pant, and I'm not sure how the large XL fits, but it is a little tight in the crotch region. So like, you know, if I was climbing my sticks up a tree stand and stepping over logs, it is a little bit restrictive right in the crotch region. So that might be something where a bigger size might work. But you know, as far as the waist, this is good, and the length for me is good. It's not super baggy. So overall, I can't complain. This is a really nice setup. The biggest thing, then, this is probably what's gonna make people the biggest decision. This right here from Nomad is $100. It's $99 price point. I looked it up before I left. You can get this on Amazon, this suit, for $79 on Amazon Prime. So really, there's no contest with the price. But if you are doing stuff in turkey seasons later, in early season whitetail where it's a lot of green, look at these videos here and make your decision. But this with a little bit more green, in my opinion, is going to work a little more effectively. So, but overall, for the price point, for the fit, the breathability, I think that the North Mountain gear is a great choice.